Nutrition coaching is the absolute best job in the world. You get to help people transform through the science of nutrition, make money, do it in, on your own terms. It's the absolute best thing in the entire world. But sometimes it can be tough to get started. You know exactly where, like, the steps to take. I know for a lot of you, you're thinking, do I need a website? Do I need to get clients and display their transformations and their results? Can I market my coaching before all that stuff? Do I just like start an Instagram page and start posting educational content? Like, how do I actually get started? Today, I'm going to share the exact steps to get started. Exactly what I would do. This is stuff that I teach in the Dr. Mark method. This is stuff that I teach, in my one-on-one business mentorship. This is the stuff that actually gets people seeing you as a coach that can be hired. There's so much stuff that you could follow. I know for so many of you, you open up, your social media apps, start Googling things. There's so many different approaches, automations, all these things that you could do. It can be much more simple than that. And in reality, it should be simpler because that's what's going to actually work, especially as you get started. Today, I'm going to share all that stuff with you. We're going to dive into things. Before we do, though, many of you know our brand new book. I've written books before. This is the first one specifically on nutrition coaching. If you followed me for any length of time, you know that my book, The Way of the Weigh-In, which is a book on the nutrition strategies that weight class athletes use to make weight in 2-hour weight class sports. Super niche. I published that in 2017 and it sold over 1,000 copies. But this is the first one ever on nutrition coaching, which since that time, like, this has been my main interest. Is not only how do we help people with their nutrition, but how do we coach them? How do we build businesses doing that type of stuff? It is now available for purchase. We've sold at this point. It's hard to keep track of things because it's all over the place on Amazon, but around 80 copies and growing, which means we have 20 copies left on the actual pre-sale for the discount. There's like a limited time price on there, as well as we've been giving people our 5-client formula once you actually get the book and post about having the book, which is a $500 value. So I want you guys to read this book. I want you to dig into it. I want you to do all those things. Today, I'm going to raffle off a version of the book. All you need to do, or a copy of the book, a copy of the book. All you need to do, and thanks for tuning in, Emily. I know you've already bought the book. We've been chatting back and forth, and I hope you got access to your course now. If you win the raffle today, I'll find a way to. Don't feel as if you're on the live right now, buy the book. And if you have proof that you've purchased it, I will make sure that you get the money back or do something even better for you. Buy the book. Don't wait. What I want is as many people to access this information, to share it, to pass it along, because we need more good nutrition coaches out there, and we need more people knowing exactly what to do. Here's the link to the book. Check it out. That's if you've benefited from what I teach and this community in any way, that would be the best way to give back to it, is to purchase that book. So there's the Amazon USD, the American Amazon.com link, but you can find the book on any Amazon platform that you shop with. I believe it's the #1 starting a business bestseller in Canada right now, which, if you're learning for the first time, I am Canadian. But yeah, it's been exciting to roll it out. I do want to talk about nutrition coaching today. There'll be some things, or how to start nutrition coaching today. At the end of this live, we'll raffle off a copy of the book. I want to do it in here, which means I'm going to need a little bit of participation. What I'll need you to do to be involved in it, I haven't got the code yet, but I submitted my email, so just waiting. Okay, we're going to get it to you as soon as we can. There's a few things on the back end we're just like setting up and making sure that you have, but should have it by the end of the day. I know Coach Josie is working diligently to get everyone set up on that stuff. So hopefully you'll have a brand new social media strategy by no later than tomorrow, Emily. What I'll need you guys to do to get involved in the raffle here today, and if you guys have any questions as we go along, this doesn't need to be me presenting. It can be more back and forth. But you got to like this video, and you got to drop a comment so I know that you're on here. Ask me a question. Just say hi. do anything so that I can flag you, and then I'll do a random raffle on one of those random generators with some names, and then we'll go from there. Sound good? I'll do it at the end of today's live. Okay, but how do we get started nutrition coaching? So obviously you need to understand, like, I know a lot of you focused on your own, like, nutrition in your own life and gotten some results and that type of stuff. Is that completely enough to start helping others? Absolutely not. Like, it isn't. You do need to understand the science of nutrition, but where most people get all hung up is us like, okay, but how do I get clients? Like, what does that look like? Like, what do all those things look like? I think the simplest thing you can do to get started is to leverage your own social network. You may not believe this yet, but there are people in your network that already see you as the person that can help them. You just need to give them the opportunity to take that next step. So it means like going on your personal Facebook, your personal Instagram, and drawing attention to the fact that you're a coach and just saying, hey, as many of you know, I'm into nutrition. Hey, David, thanks for tuning in. We got you entered here. Thanks for dropping a comment. Letting them know that, hey, I'm a nutrition coach taking on clients, or I'm just getting my nutrition coaching going. I would love to take on clients. If you're if you're someone that's looking to lose weight or gain muscle, like whatever you can help people with, put that in there and say, I want to start working with people. Let me know, like, shoot me a message and we'll talk about what that would look like. The best way to probably get that started, though, is to push people towards like a simple application form. People hear the words application, they're thinking, oh man, this has got to be like long and extensive and all those things. No, an application form can essentially be like collecting information on where to contact people. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for tuning in. On where to contact people, what they want to accomplish, maybe a little bit of information on what they've done in the past. Something that where you can, like, the biggest thing is you want to know what they want to achieve and why it's important to them. Okay, that's your whole leverage on the conversation. It's no longer like me, pointing fingers and telling you what you need to do with how you eat. It's more or less me presenting the path to results based on what you're saying that you want and what you're currently doing. And that's an entirely different dynamic. That's the first place I would start to get people raising their hands that they actually want to work with you, is draw attention to the fact that you're a coach within your own social circles. This can be on social media, but it can also be like in person, just telling people what you're up to and what you're doing, and drive some everything, like some attention towards that way. And you will get people reaching out. We had one of our new students in the program. She's been a fitness instructor over the last 10 years, but been kind of hesitant to do the online thing in her own capacity. Maybe she's worked as a coach under someone else, but never done it for herself. And she was super resistant to, like, I need to have everything perfect before I get clients and all that stuff. She just told people that, she's starting nutrition coaching and she was going down this path with our program, and that she was going to start a wait list for people that wanted to work with her. She had like 25 people reach out. 25 people that have been just like waiting for her to do this. People that she didn't even expect to be interested in this stuff. You can't complain about not starting a business or not getting clients if you're not giving people the opportunity. You may need to do it more than once. You may need to do it in different ways. But that is the simplest thing to get started. Draw attention to what you're up to and how you can help people, and why you're passionate about helping people, and why you're the right person to do it based on your story. Draw attention to an application form for people to fill you in and give you more information, and people will reach out. That is the first thing that I would do. Remember, guys, as you're tuning in here, make sure you like this video and drop a comment so I know that you're here, so that I can put you in the raffle. This also helps push the video further, so more people tune in, more people are into stuff, more people see it. So help me out as well, so I can help you and get you a copy of this boy. Bad boy. Boy? It's not a boy. It's very much a female, if we're being specific. This bad boy, though. I guess it's none of those things. Once you have people that are interested in this stuff, you need to create like an organized coaching system. You can't just be messaging them to see how things are going And what that stuff is, you need a streamlined way to collect information. Hi, Alicia. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're finding it helpful. It sounds like you're probably getting going on your nutrition coaching, doing that type of stuff. So I'm glad you're finding this stuff interesting and helpful. I see a bunch of new people tuning into the stream here, so happy to see it. If you want to, you're just getting started, perfect. We're going to talk over step 2 in a second, which is like, what do you do once you have people interested in coaching them? If you guys haven't, number 1, buy this book. I'm going to raffle one off today, but in the event that you've already bought it and you win the raffle, I'll make it so much easier. I'll make it much better for you. I'll give you the money back. I'll give you more money. Don't let the opportunity slip by. Buy that book at the discount and get the bonus as well, and take action. But I'll raffle one off today. To get involved in that raffle, drop me a comment. Make sure I know that you're here, even if you're just tuning in saying hi, and make sure you hit that like button as well. Very, very important. I might even do a second raffle if you're watching the replay. So don't shy away from asking a question, tuning in, any of those things. Once you have people interested, though, you need an organized coaching system. You need a way to track the results. And that's why so many of you have downloaded our tracking sheet, where we're tracking people's body weight, their calories that they're consuming on a daily basis, their macronutrients, maybe their steps, hydration, the big picture things that are going to influence transformation. You need a way to track all this data. I like to have it laid out in like a 12-week capacity, right? I like to have it week by week by week, so that as a coach, I can look back and see how things are going through time. That's where we're going to collect all the numbers, all the objective information. But we also want a way for people to fill us in on how things are going on a weekly basis through their feedback, right? Energy levels, performance, hunger levels, stuff like that. What they feel like went well, what they feel like was lacking, what were some of the wins, what were some of the things that were getting in their way, stuff that we can use to deliver a weekly coaching check-in. And we'll do this on a weekly basis, right? So we want that information. They know where to access it. They have a version of it themselves that's typically a shared sheet, right? So we're both editing on the same one. I've had coaches in the past send me over, Excel sheets where we're never on the same version, and I got to resave it and that kind of stuff. There's also coaching apps that do all this for you, but sometimes they can be not all that customized and that kind of stuff. I like a simple Google sheet that I can set up for each, myself and my client. We're editing on the same sheet, a form that they can use to submit information. And then the client knows exactly when they're supposed to check in, right? Typically, most people will put check-ins on Mondays, which means your client, finishes eating on Sunday, inputs all their information, submits a form with how the week went. That'll go right to your inbox, and then you'll respond in an organized capacity. We typically use video reviews using something called Loom, or we'll talk over what we're seeing, what adjustments we're making, all that stuff. And then from there, we'll give feedback in terms of what adjustments we're making, maybe one thing the client can improve on from a habit perspective, like what is the action step they need to do to continue to stick to the plan or make things better. And then we send it back off and then kind of go from there. Those are the two main things you need to get started. Is that you need paying clients or people interested in working with you. I'm not against working for free from the beginning. You just need to have set expectations around what that would look like. Someone's like, hey, listen, I know you're getting this stuff going and I'd love to get this, work with you. I just can't afford it right now. It doesn't mean you can't work with them. It just doesn't mean you can work with them for free forever. What I would do is probably say, hey, I think you'd be a good client and I think I could help you. Why don't we work together for the next month for free? This is typically a service that costs $200 per month, but I'll pay for that this month. It's important that you tell them how much it would cost so that they take it seriously, and say that, you're doing them a favor in exchange for you give me a testimonial. You benefit from the service, and maybe we'll talk about what that would look like after the month is done. And then at the end of the month, you present to them, what happened how things went, if there's unfinished business, and then you build off of it and then go from there would be the biggest thing. You can do that for free from the beginning, but there needs to be expectations. But you need a way to get people interested in working with you, and you got to be consistent enough that they see you as the option. This could take some time. It's not going to be overnight for everyone, and it doesn't mean it's always going to happen online, although online is the best way to access your network and the people around you. And then from there, you just need a coaching system. You need to be organized. It may feel as if like, who am I? Like, I got one person interested. Why do I need to keep everything in one place and organized? I can handle this from the beginning. Set it up the right way from the beginning so that it's much easier to scale as you go. And when you have these things in place, it makes everything much, much easier. Make sense? Who's got some questions around this process? What are you guys thinking? Those are the two main steps I would take to get my nutrition coaching started. This is the stuff we teach within the Dr. Mark method. This is the stuff you'll also find laid out in much more extensive detail in this book. There's graphics. Oh, there's sticky notes. There's things that like, I want this, as you guys go through this book, I want you guys to be able to like write on it, take things away. You'll be like literally taking action as you go through this. We set it up to be that way. I want to see people have like sticky notes in here, writing all over things, getting clients, helping people with the stuff that we discuss in this book. To get a free copy of this book, and again, if you guys have questions right now, how I'm going to link to the tracking sheet. How do you send it to the client, and how do they fill it out and send it back? So they don't necessarily need to fill it, like they don't need to send it back because it's a live sheet, right? As soon as they enter that information, it's going to be stored there and saved there. Then from there, you can just open it up and see what they're doing. You'll also be able to, at the top, see previous versions of the sheet. For whatever reason, they delete everything. You can always revert back to the way it was before. But what I would do to get them to prompt the check-in process is they fill in the sheet and then go to a form, fill out that form, and then you'll have the notifications enabled. And then when they hit submit on that, you'll be like, there's a new form. You can then open it up, go through it, see what they've done on their sheet, and then kind of go from there. How to share it with them. You don't necessarily need them to have, like if you're going to use Google Sheets, you don't need them to have a Gmail account, although sometimes it's easier to share it with them. But you just create an own custom version of it and either share it within, go to share at the top, pull the link and insert that into an email or via text message or whatever you would like, or and make sure that they're like an editor on it within the email that they typically use, or just like through Gmail, you can insert the actual sheet within the file. That's typically what I do at the beginning to make it all look like pretty and nice. It's like your tracking sheet is going to be found here. Here it is. Enter the information here, that type of thing, and then go from there. But they don't need to send it back. They can reshare it with you, although you already have access because you're the creator of it, just to like get an email and flag it. But I would create the check-in system around having them fill out a form and get notified that way, and that prompts the check-in process. There's more advanced ways of doing it as well. We can talk about. There's plugins that give you email notifications with all the details of like the form in it. It's called email notifications for Google Forms. You can set that up relatively quickly, and then when they hit a form, it goes like directly to your email with all the details of the form in it. That's where I respond directly to my check-ins. Yeah. To get, I know there's some the live stream is growing, which is amazing. I know there's some fresh faces in here. I'm raffling off one of these books, From Passion to Profit. I do think, guys, buy the book, and I'll make sure that if you win the raffle, I'll make it up to you, that type of thing. But I'm going to raffle one of these off today. To get involved in the raffle, I need to know that you're here. So far, we have Emily, David, Kathy, and Alicia. But I see 7 of you in right now. Alicia, that's so great. Thank you so much. I know there's 7 of you in there right now. So if you want, like, I'll send this to you. I'm going to get your contact information once we get off. if you want a copy of this, like this live stream right now, and then drop me a comment so I know that you're here. And I'm going to raffle this off in a few seconds. I'm going to pull up one of those random name wheels. I always find it. I never know. Random name wheel. But that's so amazing, Alicia. Thanks so much for buying it. That is the Amazon link or Amazon American link. Hello, just about to meet with a client. Super excited to check out the book. Amazing. Thank you so much, RB Kinetics. I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's Ryan. I've seen that email, that name before. Awesome, Kathy. I'm so glad that you're there. But yeah, no, I got RB Kinetics in here too. And I was Wheel of Names. That's the name of it. It is good, Ryan. I'm glad. I didn't I have a good memory. I remember all the things that probably shouldn't. Although, no, I should remember your name. Okay, Emily, David, excuse me, Kathy, Patty, so nice to see you. Amazing. Hey, Michael. Hi, Michael from Southern California. I'm in central Canada, and I believe we're all dealing with similar forest fires right now, which is unfortunate. But hi, Michael from Southern California. Let's put Alicia's name in here, and I'm going to spell it correctly because that's important. Ryan, RB Kinetics. In the event any of you need to pop off and your name's in here, just come back to the live stream because I might need to find a way to act. Like if I don't know where to find you based on your email, because some of you I do know, you'll have to come back here and here, I'll just put it in there. You'll have to send me an email at mark@drmarkmethod.com so I know where to send this bad boy. Mark@drmarkmethod.com. There it is. Once one of you wins this. Anyone else? Got a minute left before I hit submit on this wheel here. I got Emily, David, Kathy, Alicia, Ryan, Patty, Michael. Who else wants in? Free copy. It's currently at $29.99 USD, which is our discounted price. Honestly, how expensive? Like this book will give you everything you need to get started in nutrition coaching. If you don't have a paying client by the end of it at around $200 a month, I'd be extremely surprised. So just think about that being like 5 times return on investment right away. Michael. Anyone else want in? 30 seconds left, and we're going to get into it here. I'm going to spin this wheel. Any other questions as we chat through this? Alicia, I'm so pumped that you've purchased it and you're in it. Okay. Without further ado, also, if you're watching the replay, leave me a comment, like the video. Chances are I do another raffle. I want this book to be in so many people's hands that I'm willing to do whatever. But it looks like there's going to be some ads running in a second. I'm just going to talk through that so to make sure that you guys, actually get me to spin the wheel. I'm looking over at my other monitor right here, and I got everything set up. Anyone I missed? Emily, David, Kathy, Alicia, Ryan, Patty, Michael. Anyone else want in? Drop me a comment, like the video. I'm about to do this. All right. Cool. Without further ado, I got David on there. Yeah, okay, let's do this. I'm clicking to spin. It's going all the way around. Amazing. David. We got David here. We got to be David Liebman is the winner of the raffle. David Liebman wins. David, if you're not currently here, make sure to send me an email at mark@drmarkmethod.com so I can collect your shipping address, and I'll get that book over to you. You're getting one of these. I have my official version coming over. This one says not for resale because it's the author proof. But yeah, David, send me an email at that and I'll get you over a version. We'll go from there. Before I pop off today, was there any other questions? Emily had a really, really good question. Emily already currently has the book. And a few days ago, she was telling me that she's 4 chapters in, implementing and applying stuff already, which is amazing and fantastic. But do you guys have any questions about how to get this started? Patty, Ryan, Kathy, Alicia. Alicia, I know you're just getting things started. Love to hear what's next for you. If there's no other questions today, let's do this again next week, and I'll raffle off another version. For those of you that have bought it, keep buying it. I'll make it up to you. Do you need a certification? Technically, you don't need a certification to start nutrition coaching, as long as you're acting within the scope of a nutrition coach, which means you're not calling yourself anything that you shouldn't be, like a doctor or a dietitian. All the umbrella terms for different people that do nutrition work. Dietitians are the nutrition experts that help people manage medical conditions with nutrition. As long as you're not doing nutrition therapy, nutrition medical therapy, you can call yourself a nutrition coach, and you don't necessarily need. Good to hear, Emily, on module 2. Amazing. You don't need a certification, but it definitely does make things a lot easier. A lot of people need the basic scientific understanding to be able to deliver this stuff. That's why I offer a certification. There's many others out there, from both like basic nutrition certifications that'll give you the science of nutrition, don't always tell you how to coach people, but other coaching based certifications that give you the business applications and how to actually work with people and stuff as well. But like technically you don't necessarily need one to get started. Although it's definitely recommended to get one because you'll have so much confidence as you deliver it. But as long as you're acting within the scope as a nutrition coach, not doing medical therapy, helping people with things that they could do by themselves, but you're just going to do it, in ways that are quicker and more effective, as well as not telling people exactly how to eat, right? You're teaching people how to eat within a way that's going to help them reach their goals. So you can set like food levels and stuff, but you're never saying like eat exactly this meal by meal, because could be problematic. But then you're working within the scope of a nutrition coach and going from there. Who else has got questions about getting this stuff started? I'm excited for you to get this, David. You got it. Any other questions today? We're going to leave her there. Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. I'm excited for you guys to check out the book, read about it. Let me know. There's honestly, we have discussion boards and stuff. Fill me in on how you're finding things and how you're working through stuff. Keep in mind that if you want more help and support, there is the Dr. Mark Method certification. It's 90 days long. Plenty of access to me and my team, as well as the step-by-step process. So that's a natural, progression into how do I take this to the next level? So keep that in mind as well. All right. Let me know if there's anything else for right now, guys, and we'll leave it there for today. Okay, take care. Bye.